What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Actually, it's Tuesday. Oh, God. Let's start this today. That's one. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I guess people will come in here at some point or another. I'm running way behind this morning. I hope everybody had a great weekend, had a great Monday, ready for a great Thanksgiving, and getting a lot of listings done. But you know how that is. Sorry, I was having to take care of something that just popped up here. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Let's see. I did some thrifting yesterday. I bought some Scuba Pro fins. I don't know what they're worth. I haven't even looked at them. I just remember when I bought my Scuba Pro, which is a brand of scuba fins. They were kind of pricey. So they're not the same kind that I have, but they're still Scuba Pro, which is a great brand. So anyhow, good morning, Hank. Good morning, Patty. Hope everybody is having a good morning. Started out busy this morning, and now it's kind of slowed down till about noon. I was out in your neck of the woods first thing this morning, Patty. Good morning, Just Me Kathy. How are you doing today? My computer is running awful slow this morning. Awful slow. Well, I was out near Matthews. Isn't that out in your general direction? Or maybe that's Tessa that lives out that direction. Good morning, Nikki. There's a link in the channel. I mean, over there. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me take care of some mess. There. I'm totally out of it this morning. And Cushon. Okay, let's try it again. Uh, 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 uh. Lord have mercy. Good morning.
Hi guys.
I'll get it going in a minute. It's one of those days. Computer not wanting to work right. Blah 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 blah. 1,000 other excuses. Wine. Okay.
Take your time. We know we know how you old guys are.
Yeah, right. And I'm feeling it this morning. And I tell you what, I'm gonna have to put my knee braces on this. Well, it's not braces, but it's one of those things you pull up over your knees. It's like a loop. You pull it up your knees, and it's got like really thick plastic, so it supports your knee joints.
Did you start your walker up this morning?
No, I did not start my walker up this morning. I kind of stepped out of the house, stepped off the steep, kind of funny. And
hey, you don't have to tell me about it. I got a bad knee that pops in and out of joints.
Oh God, mine popped out at a Walmart one day, and I just had to sit there for a minute until I could pull myself up the shelves.
I have to re-pop it back in. It'll pop out, and then it hurts, and then I have to like brace myself to put it back in place. So you have to pop it twice.
Oh my God!
I know it's a bitch to get old.
You old people.
I know. Tara, I saw my sister-in-law and my niece at the wedding, and good morning, Sally. And my niece has got a couple of those miniature horses.
Oh yeah.
And I said, Roberta asked her, well, how did you get it home? You didn't take the horse trailer just for that little horse. She said, no, I just opened the back. I put a blanket on the back seat of my truck and opened the door and helped it get in, and it just laid on the back seat and slept all the way home, and it was about 2 hours. You need to get you a couple of those to sleep in the house with you.
No, I used to have a couple, and they're very mischievous, and you better have electric fence because they figure out how to crawl through your fence real fast, and then you're chasing them around.
She's got chicken wire.
Oh, well, that probably helps. They can't get through that. I had regular non-electric 5-strand, and it worked fine for the horses, but those dang ponies would go up to it and skim through it like a deer does.
She's got that white vinyl fencing type stuff.
Oh, yeah, that stuff's nice.
And then she's got chicken wire on the inside of it. Because, they have dogs and stuff like that, and it keeps everybody in.
I use down here, I switched to that white ribbon electric fence, and it works for the dogs, and it works for everybody, and so I kind of am really liking that, because I was going to put up sentry fence for the dogs, but I'm just going to use that electric fence, because it keeps them in, and it's not as much work to put up.
What is sentry fence?
No, electric ribbon. Oh, sentry fence is that, that wire stuff that is like, I don't know, 4 foot high and
okay.
It's like very small holes. It's like the stuff they put around like an impound yard or something, but not as high.
my back years ago when my dad had a farm with cows on it, he would fence in certain, like after we finished cutting the sorghum off of the pasture for the last time, he would fence it in and just turn the cows loose out there. He had this one bull and he had this one cow that they would walk through that electric fence like it was nothing. So he had the most powerful electric fence that you can legally put.
No, you have to have the one. It costs $200, but it's the one that says it will kill your chickens if you use it with poultry. That's the one to buy, and I can tell you, the horses and cows will not mess with it.
Was that true or was that?
It would. I bet you that thing would throw a blue mark about a half inch. I mean, it would light their butts up.
Anyway, last night we're coming home from the auction. It's kind of late at night, and you have like a little bit of these like side highways that are real rural to get there.
Right.
And there's this big black thing. I see him like almost reminded me of Wisconsin when you see a bear. I'm like, what the heck? Well, maybe it's somebody's garbage. No, it was somebody's loose Angus cow in the ditch line.
Oh my God.
Scared the shit out of me because these side roads are real kind of more narrow and they're real windy, you know, and then all of a sudden you come around a corner and there's this cow there.
Wow.
Let me do a quick roll call here.
Right.
Good morning, Hank. Good morning, Patty, Junk Girl. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Nikki, who's in the chat now. Good morning, Todrick, the silver hair stacker. Good morning, Dramatology Field. Good to see you. And as always, good morning, Hanky Poo. It's always a pleasure to have you in here.
Hi, Sherry.
Sherry's here.
Did
What the hell? You didn't say good morning to me, Tom.
Wait a minute. I got to turn there. I don't see Sherry in here. Maybe
She's like, I'm not done.
Good morning, Sherry. Good morning. Okay. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Tara. Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Nikki. Good morning, Craig. Okay.
Special. He
And you're
said
supposed to say, good morning, Mr. Hucks.
Well, if you say good morning to one person, you got to get them all back.
Well, I was going through all of them, but Sherry just popped up. Okay. I'm sorry.
Good night, John Boy.
Good morning, John Boy. What was it? Was it the Little Rascals? They would say, good morning, so-and-so, and there was like, they were all dying in pain. Good morning, Mike. So is everybody ready for Thanksgiving?
I guess. I won a free turkey. Did I tell you that?
Yeah, you did.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got to run by a restaurant and pick up ours. I'll up my dinner.
Now that Gary doesn't work where he was working before, I have to buy a turkey for the first time in 16 years.
I had okay, this is gonna sound crazy. So they had this Christmas auction. They're gonna give away prizes or whatever. So I'm like, I shouldn't go. There ain't gonna be anything there to resell. Then I had like this light bulb in my head that said, "You should go. You're gonna win a turkey." So I went and I won the first dang turkey. Anyway, it was exciting to me. Only thing, it's a butterball, and I've been cooking, and I don't know if they have them down here. Jenny-O makes this turkey in a bag, but you're going to cook a turkey and have one turn out perfect, and you don't have to thaw it out or touch it or nothing. Those things are awesome. Anyway.
Patty
I've never seen those.
Patty says,
we had them in our part of Wisconsin. They're over by where they put the turkeys. It's Jenny-O, and it's in a bag, and it's not turkey breast too, but it's a whole turkey, like they do the chickens in that bag. And you could get like a Cajun turkey or a traditional turkey, but I mean they really turn out perfect. You don't have to wash it, touch it, nothing. You just put it in the oven and cook it, and I like it that way.
Sherry, I said, hey, Mike.
Oh, good. Get him, Sherry. Get him.
Some friends of mine live out sort of like you do, only they live in a subdivision. They've got like 2-acre lots out there, but it's a subdivision, you know. And they went out they left the garage door open one night because they only parked Sarah's car in there. they went out. She went out to get in the car, and she came back in the house. And she said, "Hey, Billy, there's a cow laying down in our garage." Well, this cow had gotten out and had a calf in her garage. So they just Billy worked from home, so he called the neighbors that had cows that they know and said, "Hey, are you missing a cow?" And it's got whatever brand painted on it.
Never heard of a turkey in a bag.
Really? I haven't seen them down here, but they are really good if you make one. It's made by Genio, I can tell you that.
Huh. Sorry, I got sidetracked by the chat. Anyway, the guy came over and got the cow and the calf after a while and cleaned up brought their pressure washer and washed the floor of their garage for them. I was wondering where you went, Sally.
My brother one time for Thanksgiving they were gonna do turkey dinner. And I don't remember where we were, but he called me and said, "Yeah, the turkey's not gonna be done on time." Here they stayed up late at night and got the turkey ready to be put in the oven. And it was just like a couple hours or whatever, so they just left it out on the counter, but they had buttered it and everything. Here the dog got to it, licked all the butter off the turkey.
Oh, gross.
Oh, that dog's mouth is cleaner than yours, so just eat it and go.
He should have cooked it and not told you.
Lori, I like your cat.
You gotta be careful if you have dogs.
Look.
Talking about butter. Have y'all ever watched those shows? And I can't remember the name of it. It's one that they go through all the not amusement parks, the fairs, and show all the foods that are made in the fairs, and all the great stuff. And one show I was watching, they did fried butter. It was like a delicacy of some.
Yeah, no.
Fair.
I like butter, but I like butter on stuff.
Yeah.
I knew somebody, an older woman, and she'd eat butter by the spoonful like you eat ice cream. I'm like, you are insane. I mean, that's stuff coats your mouth and stuff. Ugh.
My wife's grandfather would do that with mayonnaise. He could just take a big, large.
Oh, good grief.
I like mayonnaise, but I'm not eating it by itself.
I knew somebody that would fry. What the hell did she fry? She'd fry like Spam in mayonnaise. I'm like, good girl, God, you're gonna block an artery.
Well, I got this friend, and she is such a health nut. But every year when they're having the state fair down in Columbia, she's going down there and she eats all the stuff.
Well, yeah, that's good.
All the stuff. She eats all the stuff that the pastry that's powdered and is coated in sugar. And who am I missing?
Nikki says she has bad service.
Oh, okay. Anyway, she would eat. She goes down there and she gets those elephant ears or whatever they call them. That's like real light pastry, and it's covered in powdered sugar. And she eats the foot long corn dogs with mustard on it and all that kind of stuff. That's her. The rest of the time she's eating small stuff, and it's all healthy and that kind of stuff. But that one time of the year, she goes down there and she just blows it out.
I like cream puffs. Okay, so that's like my treat at State Fair. But they don't know what a cream puff is down here.
I'm not sure I know what it is.
A light.
You know what a cream puff is? Huh?
It's like
I know the ones you get from the bakery.
Yeah.
No, you can't. It's two pastry-like shells. They cut it in half and fill it full of whipped cream.
Yeah.
It's a cream puff.
I like funnel cake.
It's good, Tom. You'd like it.
I'm with you, Sally. A tomato, a mayo tomato sandwich.
Yeah.
I like to throw a little. I throw a little. If I got lettuce in the refrigerator that's fresh, I like to throw some of that on it.
But the
I'll
bread
eat
has to be
tomato. I'll
the
eat
bread has to be toasted.
I would eat a banana sandwich before I would eat a tomato sandwich.
No, I like banana sandwiches. I can eat
Banana
them.
and chocolate.
Banana and peanut butter.
Yeah, banana and peanut butter, or just banana and mayo.
Banana and mayonnaise. Ew.
Yeah,
Mm.
I haven't had one in a
mayo is
long time.
actually a seasoning.
Ew.
Dang, my
No.
mouth is watering like Pavlov's dogs.
What do you want, Todd? Do you want the peanut butter and banana sandwich, or you want the
Peanut
tomato
butter and tomato.
sandwich?
I think I'm with Laurie and just go with the funnel cake.
Funnel cake. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah, funnel cakes. Oh, I love funnel
Yeah.
cakes.
Maybe somebody should try peanut butter and tomato.
Oh no.
Now we were talking about pickled tomato sandwiches yesterday. Those are good.
No.
Dill
That's
pickled
like
tomato.
a hamburger without the meat and everything else.
Yeah.
You know, a tomato is actually a fruit, not a vegetable. So
Oh, yeah.
you know,
Well,
that-
yeah, but still,
my
best
dad
fruit
likes,
I've ever had on a burger.
my dad likes fried green tomato sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I like fried green tomatoes, but I don't like tomatoes on sandwiches. I'll eat tomatoes on a salad because it's got dressing on it. I don't like just. I've seen people that eat like tomato like they'd eat an apple. I can't do that.
I do. I love tomatoes. A little bit of salt, and there you go.
There's nothing better than going out to your own garden and
Yeah.
grabbing up a tomato off the vine that's
Warm and just
vine ripened and warm and
bite right into it. We had a big garden down over the hill, down away from our baseball field. And I carried a little empty Tic Tac container full of salt. And I'd run over to our garden, grab a tomato, and eat it for lunch. And a little salt shaker.
Have you ever taken like a head of cabbage and cut it up into like steaks and
Oh yeah, put
butter and garlic on it and stick it
Broil
in
it.
the oven and bake it?
Oh
No,
yeah, that is so
You can
good.
make a tasty sandwich out of that. Good morning, Belinda Christie.
It is so good.
I've seen
Especially if you-
videos or pictures of that, but I've never tried it.
Especially if you use olive oil.
Yeah, you use olive oil and like garlic powder,
Yeah,
not the
Yeah,
salt.
garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Oh my goodness! You can do that with Brussels sprouts too. The same thing, and they are very, very good that way.
My mother.
Good morning,
loved to-
Glamour Queen. Good seeing you. She had to come over from my makeup channel.
So, what kind of tutorial are we getting today? Which palette are you going to be working on?
Oh Lord, I think I'm going to use my my charcoal. The 101 uses of a piece of charcoal from your grill for your shadowing and your highlighters. You know.
Have you seen that I seen a video where you put, I guess it's frozen, something's frozen, either the peanut butter's frozen or the charcoal's frozen. Or I forget what it is. Anyway, you put the charcoal in the peanut butter and freeze it or something. And when like a day or a week later, you break it all open and it's got a crystal inside.
Oh, that's where you take the hot charcoal.
Yeah,
Drop it in the
yeah.
peanut butter in it.
Yeah.
So it cools off or whatever it does.
I'd like to try that. That looks like it'd be so cool because you can. I said, with me making jewelry, I said that'd be a unique piece to see how it turns out and then work it from there. That'd be cool.
See, I've never tried eating raw corn.
I have.
but it is sweet, so you know if you got sweet corn, it should be okay.
Yep, it's good. If you get the Silver Queen, oh yeah.
You were talking about making jewelry. A buddy of my dad's he's got all the stone tumblers and all that kind of stuff. For his granddaughter's senior prom, he made her a necklace earrings and a tiara that were set with gravel, out of your driveway.
The
He
pea
had taken it,
gravel.
run it through the tumbler so it was, smooth and polished,
Uh-huh.
and it made a pretty stone. And that's what the whole, because she was wearing a black and gray gown,
Uh-huh.
and he's had so many people wanting to buy that necklace, because of the unusual stones, and the fact that you could, wear it doesn't jump out you like, red stones or pearls or whatnot.
I'm horrible for that. I'll be walking through somebody's driveway and I'll see a stone like that, something that could really turn into something right, and I'll pick it up and put it in my pocket. I'm bad for that.
You're a thief.
So
Rock picker.
yeah.
Right.
I'm not letting you come to my house because I only line my driveway in precious gems for driving.
I'll be out there. Hey, what you got here, Terry?
Hey, Tom.
I bring my
Yes.
metal detector down to your place. I bet we find all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Bottle caps.
My dad's brother lived on the Walker River. He's the one I mentioned before that every spring the water would come up level with the floor of, right below the level of the floor of his house. And they would go in and out by boats. Well, his next door neighbor, we're not sure exactly what his deal was, but he always had gold and silver coins in his pocket. And not too long ago, I was down there and I just drove by there because my uncle passed away, and now my aunt's passed away, and they sold the place on the river. And I was driving by there. It was a Sunday, and the guy that owned the house that carried all the coins around with him, he's passed away too. And
Wait, no, Cat's still alive.
and I told him, I said, the people that own the house now, I was there and I stopped and, because I'm Mr. Friendly. I got out and I walked over to the I said, hey, do y'all own this place? And they said, yeah. I said, well, my uncle used to own the house next door. And he said, F.A. and Cecil? I said, yeah. I said, you need to get, if you haven't already done it, you need to get a metal detector and you need to scan this whole yard. And he said, why is that? And I said, because the guy that used to own this house always carried gold. He carried a handful of gold and silver coins around in his pocket. And I said, he was always losing some because he was always working on a car, working on a boat, or, crawling up under his car or truck or whatnot. And I saw my cousin, her father and mother owned the place. And she saw the guy that owns the house now. And he said, your cousin stopped by here, and he said that we needed a metal detector yard. And then he said, oh, we found about $6,000 worth of coins in this yard, and we've only done a small part of it. But we're not sure exactly what. We for a while we thought he worked for he was like a one of Maggie's counterparts, Black Ops, because he would disappear and nobody knew what happened to him. Then all of a sudden he'd show up again. Yeah, y'all be nice to Maggie Doodle on that, because in her professional career, she was a cleaner.
Oh, I can shoot myself in the foot today. I broke one of those globes.
Oh no!
It wasn't on purpose. I was putting one down in the tote and it shifted forward and just barely tapped the glass on the other one, and the other one, I was like, ah! It was the one that worked perfectly that broke. I was like, son of a bitch. Well, I said a few other colorful phrases as well, but we won't repeat that. So bad.
We stopped at Sparky's on the way back from the beach this past weekend, and I've driven by that place probably 1,000 times and have never stopped. It's one of those touristy places that you go in there and they've got snow globes and jerky and all this kind of stuff. And I ended up spending $100. But they have candy and all that kind of stuff. They even had candy cigarettes. And I asked the girl, I said, how do you get away with as many tourists as you've got going through here? How do you get away with selling those things? She said, we wondered about that, but she says people will come in here and they'll buy them because they had them as kids.
They don't, but if you look at the box, they won't say candy cigarettes, they'll say candy sticks.
Yeah.
Because Brandon used to buy them up north. There was a candy store that they would sell the candy sticks. And then the ones that are bubble gum, when you first put it in your mouth, you can make it like puff out a thing of like powder smoke, you know?
Yeah. Well, that was like the the bubble gum cigars. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
I think the real test would be if they had rock candy.
They
had it up north in Eagle River. They had rock candy.
store.
Yeah.
Last time I had bubblegum cigars were when my boys were born.
You should have smoked the real one.
It's a boy. You get pink ones for it's a girl and blue ones for it's a boy.
That's for you youngsters. That's what a box of candy cigarettes looks like.
And they're hard as a rock.
Yeah.
I used to remember, and then they don't do it anymore because Brandon's bought those. But like when I was a kid, the candy cigarette at the end would be sort of dyed like reddish, so it looked like it had a cherry on the cigarette. They don't do that anymore. Now they're just all the way white.
And they're not good. I mean, they're sweet.
No, they're like that pink peppermint powdery candy that remember those? They're kind of like that. But when I was a kid, I used to love them. I thought it was so chic running around pretending I'm smoking.
Yeah. And then you knock the candy cigarette out of the other kid's mouth with a lawn dart.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, good time.
We turned out okay, right?
You'll put your eye out.
Yeah, it's almost time for that movie to start playing, and I love that movie.
Oh, yeah, I like that movie.
I like it the first 4 or 5 times we watched during the Christmas season.
On Christmas Eve, when it starts playing on TNT, I put it on in the beginning and it don't go off till it ends. It just keeps on the loop. I just keep playing the whole holiday.
Which one's that?
Christmas Story.
Oh,
you're gonna shoot your eye out, kid.
I like that.
Jim has to go up to Ohio because they have the house they filmed the movie at. Is it like? I don't know if it's around Cincinnati or Columbus. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Jim. Where's the Christmas?
Cincinnati.
Oh, Jim thinks it's around
really easy to find
Cincinnati.
a Christmas Story house, but the original house and the house they filmed it, they're two different places. So
And you can tour it
the exterior, yes.
because I know they have that thing in Indiana, in Hammond or whatever. Yep. Anyway.
My brother's been to both places.
Oh, he's been to both of them. Oh, that jerk.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
There's one, the Christmas Story house. There's one in Indiana. They have like something up there because that's supposed to be the town it's filmed in. Right. But the actual house they filmed it, they've used is actually in Ohio. And they opened it up, and I think that you could do tours of the house or whatever.
You can tour the house is on one side of the street. You tour it, and then on the other side of the street, they bought another house. It's like the museum and gift shop.
Oh shit!
That's what you do. Is you buy those places and make a living out of it. My son Sasha is working for Towns Club. Well, he's going to be his classes for his OT is going to be kind of an extended thing. So he's working for them right now, and he came in last night. He says, "I'm tired," and I said, "What did you do?" And he said, "Well, they just had me helping people get their stuff out of the buggies onto the conveyor belts." I said, "Y'all must have been busy." He said, "Every lane was opened up."
Oh yeah.
Where's this at?
Sam's Club.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be that season. I know when I walked into Walmart here, they have a sign up that it was like 30 days till Christmas.
I
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's like Disney World. There's a 20-minute wait.
hey, on the way home from dropping off my kid at school this morning, on the way home, I was dialing through the radio to find a good station, and they already have a station playing all Christmas songs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before Thanksgiving. I mean,
Yeah,
what the heck is that?
In Eagle River, it wasn't until Thanksgiving Day.
Son of a bitch.
Don't be such a Grinch. You should embrace it.
Not that early.
I don't know why Walmart does not build like let's say a 30 by 60-foot building room on all their buildings. And just that's the Christmas room. And at the end of the Christmas season, just lock it up. Because it'll take the middle of January to get it all taken down, and then they start putting it back up in September.
I know, but it's good because then you can go shop their clearance after Christmas.
It's but anyway, he's like, this is hard. I said, yeah, retail, if you're in a busy store, can be very tiring.
Yep. I worked Black Friday at Home Depot 4 years in a row. It was.
Yeah.
But that was busy.
Yeah. Fortunately, I was back in hardware. I didn't have to be up front when they busted the doors.
I worked Black Friday at Staples for 4 years. And what they would do was, people were only wanting the electronic specials. So what they would do is you'd line up. They had everybody, which there was a line waiting for the door to open. And we would start at the front of the door, at the front of the line. And we'd say, now you can have one coupon. So you need to pick the one that you want. So we'd go through there, the laptops, depending on which laptop people wanted, we'd give them a coupon. And then after we went all the way through, was about time for them to open the door. So, hey, NSV, good morning. So they would go in, but, on the little ticket said you had to pick up the item by 12 noon. Because the sale would end like 3. So anyway, we had so many people come back like at 1 o'clock with their coupon. And because at 12 o'clock, if you hadn't picked it up, the people that were standing in line in the store waiting for this stuff would get the item. They would show up and say, start throwing a fit because we had given their laptop away. And it says, this coupon is valid until 12 noon. Well, I didn't see that. Well, that's not my problem that you're a dumbass.
Oh boy, that's some customer service time.
Well, I didn't say that to them. I thought it.
All right.
That's why I didn't work the 5th one.
You see, that's the I know everything that I think comes out of my mouth, but when I'm on somebody else's clock, then I'm Mr. Professional. Right. I'm sorry, sir, but that's company policy. Thank you. Have a great day. I'm sorry you missed your bargain.
Bye.
Because what they would do is they would go to all the stores and, they would start there. And then they would go to like Walmart or Best Buy to see if what they really want there.
Morning, Kelly.
Good morning, Kelly. I'm not doing Black Friday because just about everything that's on sale on Black Friday morning will be on sale again, or something better will be on a better price before Christmas.
I don't think I've ever done Black Friday, honestly.
My wife and daughters have, but I've never done it. But
Roberta,
I think the best thing you do if you're going out to buy something to resell is go to those smaller stores where everybody's not going.
Yeah.
Don't go to the Walmarts and the Staples and all that kind of stuff. Go to the smaller stores.
Roberta went one time and she said that was it.
Oh, you jerk.
That's me. I won't go out on Black Friday. I don't dare step out. That's ridiculous. Not until later on in the evening after. I don't.
You just put your titty
Shopping is on traffic.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Did you see that thing I
But what?
put in our message about that? Did you see that? I put it in our message last night. That guy in the leather vest that's hiring himself out for a Black Friday bodyguard or can
Oh,
help you
yeah.
carry your package. And that is not a joke. That is was
What?
on my Facebook marketplace. That was a real ad. Yeah, he's got one of those skeleton scarves, no shirt on, a tight leather vest, and for $30 an hour, you can hire him for Black Friday to you act as a bodyguard and help you carry your packages. And I'm not. This is from Glasgow. This is a guy actually put this ad on.
Sounds like furry bear bodyguard with benefits.
I don't know.
Hey, anyway, last Thanksgiving, Tara and I went to the Walmart in the evening. Lori, because she was talking about going, I don't go out till evening. We went out in the evening.
Oh, because
of
you
Black
got
Friday.
here real late.
Yeah. So we go and we're in our Walmart parking lot. You got this dude, I don't know, he looks like he's about 20, with this real bright looking chick with him, and they are taking a strap and strapping their new big screen TV to the curved roof of their automobile. And he keeps ratcheting till the curve of the box is matching the curve of the roof of their automobile. I'm like, oh, dude, you're gonna have so much fun watching that when you get home, you dumbass.
Okay, but now do you want to hear the rest of the story? So we came here first. We got here late at night,
Let's
Thanksgiving night.
find a drill.
We came here first,
I've
and
got a
before we
dumbass,
left
too.
Wisconsin, I said, "Now you got the keys to the house down there, right?" "Oh yes, they're in the truck." "Oh yes." I'm like, "All right, Lily, you got the keys, okay." We get down here, he don't have the keys.
Well, I had a set of keys.
So,
the right set of
yeah, okay, whatever. So he tries to pick the lock, which doesn't work. So we have to drive over to Walmart then to drill, so he can drill the lock out in order to let us into the house because he doesn't have the keys to our house. Anyway.
Now, I'm only a few years older than you, Jim, but let me give you a little piece of fatherly advice. If your spouse or anybody listening, if your spouse says, "Do you have such and such?" and you're driving down the road, the first place you can pull off and check to make sure, check and make sure.
I didn't even leave the driveway in Wisconsin.
Tom, I did, but the problem was they had this red key fob. Well, I didn't realize there was two sets of keys with the identical red key fob. So I grabbed the wrong set of keys, but it looked identical. So I even visually looked and checked and said, "Yes, I have them. I'm looking right at them." So.
Yeah.
Dang. I kicked our kitchen door in one day. I locked my keys on the table, left them on the table, and everybody in this household has got a freaking cracking key to this house. And nobody had their damn key. And I just walked up that door and I kicked it in.
Oh boy!
Everybody was freaking out, and I'm like, "How else I'm not spending $300 for a damn locksmith to come out here. I'll go spend $250 and get another door."
Tom, the drill on a battery operated at Walmart is $14.99. Just go to Walmart and buy a cordless drill. It's real simple.
I had
a
place to be. I didn't have time to screw around with this shit. Let's get real and do it and deal with the consequences.
Oh man, you must have looked like one of those like sexy firefighters catching in the
Yeah, man, I was butch that day.
Yeah.
Well, right now on our property, there's a nail with a key to our house on it.
Oh yeah.
So
You want to see me and Jim fight? Have Jim do something stupid like that when I say to him, "I asked you if you had the keys," and then he gets real snarky and shitty, like, "Oh, honey."
Yeah. Well, now if we need it, there's a nail and it's got the key on it.
Nobody said a word. Because
I didn't say a word either. If I saw you kicking in doors,
I don't hear flip dead off.
Cut off the deep end.
I just locked the doorknob. And so when I came back out, I locked the door with the deadbolt.
Cut it out. Stop barking.
Was he wearing a leather vest?
Were you wearing a leather vest and no shirt when you did this?
No, I don't do that. And then I
I
felt
don't like
fast
your-
enough trying to
honestly,
get it. I would just the
That
old
dad
angry
talked
old
about-
man came out in me. You know, I started turning green.
Tom Rambo.
Oh god!
Tom Seagal came out and he had to kick some ass.
Hey, when we were at the beach, it wasn't really cold, but it was nipply. There was an old man and an old woman laying out in their bathing suits, you know, catching some rays. So they had to be like from up north, where you know this was hot temperature for them. But neither one of them should have been wearing the bathing suits that they were wearing. He didn't have a Speedo on, but he had like a 1970, you know, short sets of suit on, and she had a bikini on, and they both had to be in their 80s. Maybe their skin was just so toughened up after all those
I
years
don't
that
know.
they could take the temperature.
I was at an auction one time. This is up in Wisconsin, and it was really hot. I don't think I was with Jim yet. And there's this guy there, an older gentleman. He had these white, like too short, like, but for the button with the fly, like tennis type shorts.
Right.
They were too tight and too short. They probably did them like 40 years earlier, but now they're too tight. And gravity had not been kind to this man. And I'm like, oh, Lord, dude, you need to put on a bigger pair of shorts. You're falling off.
We had a guy come to work like that one time.
Were you with me with that
Yeah.
one? Oh, yeah. Only a couple key components are falling off the bottom.
We had to send the one guy home. I was like, we ain't
boy.
looking at that. He's like, what's wrong? I said, your shorts are too short. I said, you sit down. See what religion you are. I said, get your ass home.
If you still wear short shorts, short.
Angle.
Was that the guy from the free show on Comedy Central?
Reno 911.
Yeah. That was a crazy show. Crazy show. So how's everybody? So I guess since we've got all that out of the way, how's everybody's sales been? Y'all been killing it?
No, they were okay, but for us,
We're spending it faster than we can make it.
I got like a little slow for that. But you know what? The weekend before Thanksgiving, if I look back, it's typically a little bit slow. I don't know. I think people are making their holiday plans.
It ain't been slow.
We're just spending too
We're
much.
just spending too much.
Oh well, there's the other problem.
Well, what are you spending all your money on? More stuff to sell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is a machine. You do have to. eBay eats a lot of stuff, and it eats a lot of money, and it eats a lot of time.
Yeah.
But you have to keep putting up new relevant stuff to,
Right.
keep it going.
And I guess that little person that lives in your household, you have to make sure you have food for him to eat.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all hands on deck. Everybody's got to make sacrifices.
I'll say this, and it's not like something I'm like super proud of. It's kind of embarrassing for me when I moved down here. So when did I get here? Like the second week of August. I hadn't listed like in 40 or 50 days. My 30-day total was like $1,900. That's abysmal. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say it. Now, right now, I'm like at $9,500. So I don't think eBay's dead, but you do have to feed eBay.
Right.
You got to go buy the relevant stuff to sell. Is my personal opinion. And I'm not like, are you rah-rah, hey, eBay's so awesome or great, but you do have to work it very hard and really pump the pump handle to get results out of it.
And like I said, you got to feed it the right stuff. You can't just put crap up there.
Um,
Right. And it's
Talking
not a
about-
set it and forget it type thing.
Not anymore.
when I mentioned about having to make sure Brandon was fed, when I was about 10, my best buddy, his daddy was a major in the Army. And we'd go places and he'd go, Daddy, I'm thirsty. And his daddy would say, well, the human body can go 10 days without drinking. So you're in good shape. Instead of saying, no, we're not stopping. Which back in them days, you just didn't, I mean, we didn't drink pop and stuff like that like we do these days. But anyway, his dad would say, the human body can go 10 days without drinking. So you're okay because we're only going to be out.
Well, he's pretty self-sufficient. He does know how to feed himself.
He's gonna be moving into the 2-story house behind your house,
It's still full of prints.
He's gonna say, "Damn, if I gotta take care of myself, I might as well have my own place."
Yeah, but it's all full of those prints and stuff. There's no room over there.
Yeah, but
I've been working eBay so hard. I want to finish painting our house, and I have not finished painting the inside of the house. But I also have to make a living too.
Jim, knowing the kind of prints that Jim collects, that's the perfect bachelor pad out there.
Well, actually, Jim doesn't have that many of them. There's only a few. I will admit most of the prints are mine.
I'm an advanced collector. It has to be something really special.
Okay. So you gonna put Uncle Sean up for the week for the holidays?
No, it's deer hunting in Wisconsin. No, he's busy with his own thing.
No, I'm talking about the painting.
Oh, no, it's still out there. I don't know where I'm going to hang it. That thing takes a really, really big wall.
What
I mean,
thing?
that old land baron,
Oh,
the
jeez.
Irish land baron. I could hang him in my stairwell going upstairs, but I don't know if I want to look at him every day.
Yeah, we put him right next to our picture of Hitler and Genghis Khan.
If I had a room to hang it in, I would buy that thing from you.
Have you ever seen it?
I showed him. I took a
Yes,
picture
oh,
of
okay.
it.
it is so cool looking.
It is cool. It's old too. It's painted on board. It's got the old plaster gold frame. You
And
know.
it's life size. So when you're looking at his face, it's the size of a life size person, and it's creepy as crap.
Well, that's what I said. If I had a room big enough to put it in, you need a room with like 14-foot ceilings, and
I don't do that.
I just think that people would say, "Who is that?" Oh, that's because I've got pictures. Well, I don't have. My dad's got them, but he promised them to me. Photographs of my great grandmother and grandfather, and my grandfather that are in these huge, big frames.
Hey, Tom.
I told Roberta I had to build a library on the house so I can have a place to hang them.
Tom, Hip Flippin' Mama wants to come on the panel.
Y'all know her?
Craig does. I've seen her on Pittsburgh, haven't I?
Okay.
Unless it's going to be one of those fake accounts. And
Yeah, is this going to be a Christmas tree?
I was about to say, hey, Craig, do you have a direct link to her? Can you pass the link on to her?
Yeah.
Oh, through like Facebook or something?
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
We're kind of skittish if
Oh, I understand.
Hey, Tom, I got a question for you.
what?
Did you ever watch that I Am Dolomite movie yet on Netflix?
No, I
My name-
saw a playlist though.
You
You
made
need to
me
watch-
watch it. I watched it.
That's good. Did you like it?
It is hilarious. Yeah,
It is.
it's pretty fun.
What do you think? If Tom watches that movie, maybe he'll stop eating those mayonnaise and banana sandwiches. Because Tom, you are too white.
What would mayonnaise and banana
White
sandwiches?
people love
Yeah, but they don't put bananas with it.
mayonnaise.
No. You know, I'll try anything to eat as long as it's not crawling, or wiggling. I'm not doing any of that kind of stuff.
What, you wouldn't eat a worm?
Hell no. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to pop in and say hi to everybody.
Hi, Kelly.
How are all my sweethearts?
Uh,
And not necessarily you guys, sweethearts in the chat. A couple of you I don't know very well. I've just watched you, so you can't be my sweetheart yet. But if you rub me in the right spot, I'll be your sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay, but you're definitely gonna keep your pants up, right?
I will keep my pants up.
There you go.
And I have pants on. Do you want to see them? I
Well,
have pants. See?
hey Tom, were you on Sally's show that morning that happened?
No, I wasn't.
No.
I wasn't either. I was gone that morning. I always miss that kind of stuff. Like when Walking Picture had that happen, I missed it. I never see that stuff.
See, I've seen Kelly around, but I haven't really, I don't think, ever talked to her and that type of stuff. And, you know, I'm kind of concerned about.
That's okay. I understand. People that have known me for a very long time are concerned about my behavior. So
You know,
it's okay.
Before
Hi,
Sally and
Glenn.
her friend destroyed it all, I used to just throw the chat in, the link out in the chat and say, come on in if you want to, just behave.
You know what? I still do that. I still do that in my working hangouts, and everybody says, don't do that, don't do that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm being trolled so hard right now that it doesn't even matter.
You're getting trolled?
Well, in my jewelry auctions, I have jewelry auctions every Wednesday night. And yeah, I get trolled in my jewelry auctions every Wednesday night. And it's so, I'm just so over it. It's just one thing that you have to deal with. It's just one more thing that you kind of go, oh, wait a minute. This person, I know this person's not bidding because this person doesn't like this kind of jewelry. So, okay, boom, let's go back up to the next, the other high bid, and we'll start from there. You just have to know your customer and your clientele, what they like, what they're going to bid on, and you can kind of figure out who your troll bidders are.
Right.
Good morning, Upside Down Picker. Good morning, Glenn. Mwah. Good morning, Mike.
Okay. Y'all don't let her spoil you, because I'm not going to start the shows off with going to everybody.
I'm sorry, I vomit love. I can't help it. But I can say some bad words if you want me to.
No, that's okay too.
Craig will vouch for me. I'm not full of love every minute of the day, am I, Craig?
Depends on who you're talking to.
Get out of there now. Get out of there. No, you're ticking me off. Now get out of here. Goodbye.
She told you that.
Go.
Everybody's got channels in here. So, Craig, what do you think? I mean, the COPPA. What do you think about that? Do you think it's kind of getting blown out of shape, or do you think it's the?
I think a lot of people are overthinking it. In my opinion, I'm gonna mark mine not for kids. I think it has a lot to do with your intentions. They do a lot of analysis on what you say. Because they're transcribing it, they're going to use that information.
Right.
I'm just not. You just got to be careful, in my opinion, not to talk like a child, not to try and portray that this information is made for a child.
Right.
That's
I agree.
One of the people that I was watching a video, there was a reply. He sent the FTC email, and they just sent him back thank you for your inquiry. Please read the information of this link. And there was a clause in it that said, it started specifically talking about certain types of channels, finance channels, business channels. They're not looking at those as being geared towards the children. Yeah, it's towards children. But I think the people that's the biggest concerns about it are the gamers.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because
I agree with you, Tom.
And the toy people, that kind of thing.
Although those two communities have probably a pretty heavy mix of both adults and children, and both of them are legit. Both sides of that are legit.
Okay, I've talked about them before because I love them. They're funny as all get out. It's called Hat Films. It's a gaming channel. It's three 30-year-olds that act like they're 12 years old. I know they're mean. They've got to have a lot of preteen viewers because their humor is so geared towards.
In my opinion, they were trying to attract that demographic.
Oh, absolutely. That's why they act the way they act. I mean, I've got a 30-year-old son who, when he gets to gaming, he reverts sometimes back to, you know, a younger age, and it's incredible. I'm like, calm down, son, calm down. You know, I'm not around him that much when he's gaming, but it's incredible, you know.
I don't pay very much attention to it because we don't do very much. But Jim thinks, this is his personal opinion, you have like J. Paul or whatever his name is. He markets stuff like merch to kids. And he'll say, like, joking around, go to your mom's purse and get her credit card and buy my whatever, you know.
Yeah, that's not going to fly.
On some of that kind of stuff too.
He's got a song. It's called like the merch song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he goes merch. You know, it's just a stupid song, but it's like one of the lines is go in your mom's purse and buy some merch. Or get the credit card out of your mom's purse and get some merch.
I mean, that to me, that's the people that's the most concerned about it. Now, the Disney things, I don't know. That's kind of a mixed deal for me because
I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. I haven't been doing videos. We marked ours as adult, and that's about as far as we
make
went.
sure you've gone through and you changed all of them to.
I think Jim did, yeah. And honestly, I don't even care. I mean, I could just take my videos all down too. It really doesn't matter.
Now, before you do that, just make them all private and just let it sit until all this stuff goes down.
I never thought about going back and making all the videos adult.
You got to make sure all of them have clicked.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, Tom. Thank you.
But I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going. And this is just my personal opinion. I don't think it's the biggest deal as that they're making it out to be for certain content, you know, because there's been several attorneys that have done videos about it, and they're like, this doesn't make any sense. You know, it's all like vagueness and whatnot. And I think they had to get something out there. I think they had to throw something out there, and they did. And now they're going to be tweaking it.
If you remember the He-Man cartoons, He-Man was a cartoon that was made to sell He-Man, you know, the He-Man action figures. But in order to do that and get around the FTC regulations for child advertising, that's why at the end, him and was it Orko?
Yeah,
they'd have a special lesson that was taught for the show that day because the content has to give some kind of educational or you know social message or whatever to kids, and that's what they would have to do on He-Man. That's why you get that stupid the last 3 minutes of the show is this stupid recap where they tell you what the moral of the story is. That's how they got.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's why I watch it. There was a show on it I saw it, but that's why they because it was.
He-Man was really pretty much a 30-minute infomercial to go buy the toy.
Yeah, and they had to cover their ass for FTC.
Good morning, Rita.
And I think that's what YouTube is doing. They got sued for all that money, and they're just trying to cover their ass and do their due diligence. And,
right.
You know.
Good morning, Rita.
So I have a question. Let's say you were a YouTube creator 10 years ago, and you just stopped making videos, and you forgot about it. You moved on with your life. You're just doing different things now. Are you still liable for that stuff that's 10 years old on your YouTube?
If it's still up, you're liable.
But you probably have received some kind of emails from YouTube, you know, about this, or they could have already closed your account. Because see, that's another thing they're talking about. People they're going to close their accounts because it's not it's not commercially viable. Well, to me, you know, I can tell you right now, the channels people's going to lose their channel. It's these people that do these 8-hour. I don't know what the hell the purpose of them are. Maybe a networking thing. I don't know. Where it's nothing but like a black room.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's like a sub around thing.
Yeah, and it's like they're sleeping.
Yeah.
But you know, because all that's doing is wasting hard drive space.
There's a lot of stuff on YouTube I don't understand, but that's another story.
But it's I think there's certain people that are going to be going after. But I'm with y'all. Or with Craig. It's the YouTube got caught with their pants down and got pounded for some money, and now they're just trying to cover their butts. It's all back to you. All back to you.
I think the biggest thing is just use a little common sense.
Yeah.
You know, and that's as far as I'm taking it.
And you know, some people. I mean, I haven't talked to Derek about it, but you know, all of his is about Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels and that kind of stuff. I don't know and the people that have the Funko Pops. I mean, do they get a lot of child viewers? But here's something that's funny. If you set your channel that you can only allow 18 or over viewers, you lose monetization. Because I was on set to mine, just as a safeguard, I was on set mine to where only people that have registered accounts that they've proven that they're 18 or over can see my channel. Well, when I clicked that button, they said, "Are you sure?" Because you're going to lose monetization.
Huh.
So you know what's up with that? You know.
Yeah. And you're raking in that big YouTube money now.
Oh yeah, man. Me and Craig, we're taking our wives and we're going to put our kids. Well, he's going to put his kid in boarding school. I'm picking mine out, and his $2. He's going to leave the house with them, and Craig and his wife and my wife and I, we're going to take a around the world cruise.
$2. I made $2.13.
Did you? Oh, I made $2.89 last month.
I made a little more than that, not much.
I missed my first check by a couple of days. I didn't make enough by a couple of days.
And it always runs like a month behind, so you'll be another month even.
I'm just not, I have fun with YouTube. I've had a lot of fun meeting all the people that I've met through YouTube.
I like the people I met, and it's fun to do. But I will say, if you want to hit eBay, YouTube can be a huge distraction and can cut into your amount of money you make on eBay.
You know, though, a good working hangout, I am so productive in a good working hangout, depending on who I'm hanging with. You know, if I'm in Pittsburgh and, every day I'm hustling, that's guaranteed a good, 4 hours worth of work done in 2 hours.
Right.
Or however long work. It just depends on who you're with. I dig a good working hangout. I can be very productive in one. Like I'm working right now.
Right.
We're sitting here talking, but I'm listing.
I was talking to somebody, one of my relatives at the wedding, and they were talking about YouTube and whatnot. And these people are making all this money and blah, 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 blah. I told them the people that are making all the money, that's their job. Yes. They are constantly making content. And most of them have somebody to do all their editing and get it ready to go on, online. Because you've got to turn out content just about every day.
The people that are making the really good money are the 50, 60, 70,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And up.
Well, I don't know. I saw one video this girl put out, and she makes $5,000 or $6,000 a month, but she has so many sponsored videos, and she only has like 9,000 subscribers. But her videos, the biggest thing is her videos. She has 9,000 subscribers, but she has, her videos will get 6,000 views. So she has a high rate of views based on her subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good because there's people that's got I saw one channel. This guy has like 1 million subscribers, and he's does good to get like 10,000 views on one of his videos.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what I hate to use the word industry standard, but that average, what a good average percentage of views to your subscription base would be, But
Right.
I know the key to growing is getting outside of your subscriber base, but views to subs, engagement rate, maybe. What do I think about it? Because overall, there's got to be a curve for that.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder where that sits.
Have you been doing any shows really, Craig, or no?
I haven't.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Well, it's tough to do anything regular. Like you said, it's a time suck a lot of times.
Well, that's the reason I always, I sing Valerie's praises about she has kept this thing going for 600 episodes.
Right.
It takes a lot of commitment to do that, because there's been a lot of people that has not lasted. And she's got fine people like me and Sally and Lori and people like that that'll step in and help cover her when she goes on her 6 weeks of vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're looking at it from a monetary perspective, and I can understand both sides of it. I can understand the monetary side and the community, the personal side, whatever you want to call it. From a monetary side, the morning show that I did over the couple of months that I had it, we ran an hour and a half, and on average, I was making $3 to $5 a show. And that's in the grand scheme of things.
An hour and a half doing it.
My time is better spent doing things I can make more money on.
Yeah.
My time. But that's just the way I look at it.
You had fun doing those though, Craig.
Oh, I agree, and that's what I was talking about, the personal side. I think, in my opinion, it's just hard to. I think it's hard to do one on a regular basis, especially during the day when I need to be working more than I am.
And like this show right now, I'm working during the show. But if you're the moderator, you do have to pay attention to the chat. Because if you ignore your chat, you're gonna have viewers that are gonna not like that. So you do have to pay attention to that.
Well, especially if you're on a show where you're trying to carry on a topic,
Yeah.
See, I've been asked to do regular shows like that, on a daily basis, and I won't do it because, number one, with my health, I don't know if my fibro is going to be acting up that day. I don't know if I'm, I can't commit to doing something like that. You know what I mean? At a specific time every day. That would just be too hard for me.
Well, you look at all the larger channels. How many of them are doing anything on a regular basis anymore, live? On a daily basis, really. And it gets down to how much money. A lot of them that are in it for the money. It's how much money do I make when I turn the camera on.
And it's a constant battle for subscribers. You might go to bed with 2,300 subscribers and wake up the next morning with 1920.
Yeah, what is up with that? When I was trying to get to 1,000, it was so frustrating. I would gain 30 subscribers, and then all of a sudden, they would take 15 of them away from me.
Derek, bless his heart, Derek should have about 10,000 subscribers right now, because he would get right on the verge of breaking 1,000, and then all of a sudden he was back down at 1821 or 821.
Well,
and then he'd work it back up, and then he would be back down to 875. It was.
He had a hard time.
Huh?
He had a hard time, and I don't think he got his monetization enabled yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, Upside Down Picker, Sally said, I think the bots will find content that some videos is not consistent with your choice of kids, not for kids. Hopefully, we'll send you a warning instead of just taking away your channel. I don't think they're going to send a warning, but as an adult channel, if you geared for adults, I think that you're really going to have to get some juvenile crap from to think that it's a kids channel, especially with what we do, where we're talking about, hey, did you see such and such a toy, or I bought a block of toys and started, you start going through and you start talking about the different brands. Well, if the bot's going through and searching all that kind of stuff, it's going to have a little bit of common sense to know based on what your topic is, if that made any sense at all. And Nikki, Popular Picker, says in the chat, it's the views, not the sub. Absolutely. Because, it used to be that you to have
Yeah, but you need the 1,000 subs before it's kind of like your benchmark, and then you need the views.
I don't know though, because I had over double my watch time before I ever hit 1,000 subs. I had more than double my watch time. So, I didn't have that many viewers, but the ones I had were loyal.
Right.
So the ones I have are loyal.
Right.
Well, that's where the live streams like this on a regular basis, or even if you do extended hour, lives, that definitely helps with the view time. Unless you're just putting out incredible content.
Right. I was watching this guy, and he's pretty well known for his YouTube development and whatnot. He's like, used to be everybody was wanting to turn out 15-minute videos to make sure that, to help with the monetization. He says, if you notice, I've been turning out a lot of 5 to 8 minute ones now, because it's now about the views and not, how many subs you got. And I'm going to tell you what, there is some people that has got they'll have 5 commercials in an hour-long video. I mean, that's what you have to do. But how many? I'll make it to the second commercial and then I'm gone, because I just don't want to have to wait.
There's some channels that I'll listen to while I'm listening, and when the commercial comes on, if I'm here, I hit the skip button or I just play through it just because I want to. It's a channel I relate with, so I'll listen while I'm working. But
which drama channel would that be?
No, well, I'll use this as an example. My North and South guy, Dusty, Alabama Pickers. I'll play his 2-hour video. I'll break it up into chunks while I'm working or listening or whatever. But the commercial doesn't chase me away to not listen to it. I don't really care anyway.
I pay for premium, so I don't listen to commercials.
Yeah.
Well, then you pay for premium. I want you to go to my main playlist, not my live one, but just one that says uploads. And I want you to turn it on and let it run.
I do that. My husband gets so many. Well, not necessarily you, but just different people. I'll pick a person for that day, and I'll let it run and run and run. And my husband will say, "Babe, why is there a light on in your room?" And I'm like, "Oh, I forgot to turn the monitor off." But I will pick a playlist for somebody and let it run and let it run and let it run. I did that for Anthony a lot to help him get, his watch hours. And I do it for Nate every day. I'm hustling. I do that for a lot of people. So
now, mind you, my regular people that I follow on a regular basis, and my peeps, from this show, from Valerie's show that I've met and everybody, I watch y'all's commercials. I don't want to, but I do, just so you get the monetization off of it, because I'm a good guy. Everybody thinks I'm a big a-hole, but I'm a good guy. I want Craig to get that 2 cents off of me watching his video.
Exactly.
I've had premium for so long, Tom, that before I even thought I'd ever be monetized or understood how it worked, I had premium. I've had premium for a really long time.
And for those that don't know what she's talking about, that's the YouTube Red. The YouTube Red, isn't that what they call it, or they used to call it?
Yeah, YouTube Red.
It doesn't get commercials, but the content creator still gets paid.
I think you get a smaller.
Yeah, you do get a lot smaller amount, but you get paid. which is cool because if you got good content and people are watching your channel, thank you, Rita. I appreciate that. There's some people that don't agree with you, but that's beside the point.
Who doesn't agree with you, Tom? Nobody.
We can't get onto it on live. Anyway, you know, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I got a comment, and that's so far and few between. It just kind of like shook me up. Oh, and I'm an old man, so I forget things easy. Oh, we're talking about the rent. You know, you can accumulate because the first time I got, because when on your breakdown it says like ads, and then it says premium, and then it says other or something, which is like when people get donate money and stuff like that. I think it was Craig. I had to say, "Hey, dude, what does this mean?" And he said, "That's the premium red." Because Craig's my go-to person for a time I have a question because he knows all about this crap.
I don't know all about it. I know.
Well, you know pretty much. You pretty much know all about it.
I'm learning.
But yeah, I on my friends' videos, and people, not even people that I don't know, but I follow their channels. I always watch the ads or let them play through just so they'll get that little bit of.
You told me you don't watch the ads on my videos.
I always watch your videos with ads because I usually turn them on and listen.
I don't have ads, Tom, for God's sake.
Well, today's the day. Lisa just called. She's getting her head shaved. So, you missed it, didn't you? Teresa's sister's got a very bad form of cancer and is having chemo and is losing her hair. And in support, I'm going with her. We're going to get her head shaved together because she had this full head of hair and it's just coming out in clumps. And I told her my support to her is if she goes bald, I go bald because she's like my sister too. I've known her for nearly 20 some years. So
bless your heart. That is so sweet.
That's just got the call. She's ready. So
good morning, boss. That's really nice of you, Laurie.
We're gonna do it. Do what, Tom?
I said that's really nice of you to do that.
Yeah,
I'm scared mine wouldn't come back because it's getting so thin on top.
To me, it's hair. It'll grow back. I wear hats a lot, or I wear bandanas, so it's no big deal to me.
Well,
I'll never forget when my mother shaved her head. It was actually on a Thanksgiving about 11 years ago. She was living with us at the time. She had cancer. And her hair was just falling out in handfuls. And she had all the girls, she had all the nieces, all her granddaughters, my nieces, my daughter, shave her head, take turns shaving her head. Mm-hmm. And she made it into a positive experience with the granddaughters. And I just thought that was so great.
Yeah, it's she's taking it really hard. She's already had a double mastectomy, so that was rough on her.
Oh God!
And now the chemo is. It was a very bad form of an aggressive form of cancer. So they're attacking it with the strongest amount of chemo that they possibly can, and it's just coming out in clumps. And she did go get it cut short yesterday, but another big batch come out today. So she just called. She said, "I'm ready." I was like, "Okay, what time? I'll be there. You just tell me when and where." So, I'm going to be bald tomorrow.
Nikki said for you to videotape you getting your hair cut.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to get a hold of Teresa to see if she can leave work and for a little bit and film it, and then we'll post it or something. So, if not, if she can't do that, I'll have her send me the video and I'll put it in the chat or something, or do something, or we'll post it later. So,
right.
But I'm gonna be bald come tomorrow.
Awesome. The boss is in the chat. Good morning, boss lady. How y'all? You still having a good time out there in the land of nuts and flakes?
Nuts and flakes.
Yeah, what was it? Granola, the land of granola, nuts, flakes, and something else.
Granola is so good.
She should be back next week if she doesn't decide to add another week on her vacation. You know, she cut it back to like 3 weeks of vacation. It's really been hard on her. Fish says when he had his chemo, he didn't lose his hair, but all of his buddies shaved their heads. But he never lost his hair.
Now Teresa's dad had cancer, and when he had chemo, his hair come back thicker. It didn't fall out. It just grew. It made it grow.
Really?
So, his bald spots gone and everything. It's really weird how it affects people differently.
My sister-in-law had cancer when she was young, like 25. I don't know if she lost all. Well, she does videos. She's Frilly B Soap. She has very thick, like really thick hair.
I bet Lisa, she had really thick, long, curly, just a massive amount of hair, and it's hard on her because that was her best feature. You know, her favorite thing was her hair, and oh, there she is. I'm gonna go on mute. Hold on.
Yeah, as a female, that's a hard thing to do, is lose your hair.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like me, that's my fringe. I mean, it's like I couldn't imagine. I don't even want to have short hair just because I like to hide behind my hair.
When my sister-in-law had her chemo, because she had breast cancer and had to have her mastectomy and all that kind of mess, she wore, like, you see these newborn babies when they don't have any hair, but they have the little ribbon around their head with the flower on it. She wore those and things like that. You know, she really just didn't care. She was glad to be alive. And I told her I was sure I could go to these thrift stores and pick her up some wigs because I wouldn't put them things on my head for anything. Yeah, but that was going to itch coming back. I believe Lori is going to do the show tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And so y'all be sure to support her because Roberta's working from home tomorrow. I just got a text message, so I'll have to be quiet. So I'll be in the show. I'll be in the chat, but I won't be able to be in the show.
It's a $30 fine for not making it.
I know.
Oh boy.
Craig, do you ever list from your mobile?
I don't want to say I don't, but on a very, very rare occasion.
Does anybody notice when you list on your mobile, and if you put on that you want buyers to make offers, as soon as you put yes and then choose, like I choose $0 amount and then I'll exit out of it, it will automatically turn it to no. It takes it from yes, allow buyers to make offers, and it switches it to no. So whenever I'm doing a mobile, I always have to save it as a draft.
Right.
And then I have to go onto the computer and I have to go down to allow buyers to make offers and click that box.
I never let me rephrase that. The way my normal flow is I start my draft on the computer. I take the pictures on my phone. I add the pictures from my phone, and then I come back over here and tidy the listing up and finish it. I just don't I use business policies for my shipping, returns, things like that. And on the mobile, you cannot choose those business policies.
Sometimes it puts the one that wants to.
Yeah. It doesn't give you a pull down or a selection
Right.
to select it, and I don't like that.
I only list on my desktop too.
Yeah.
But I also don't have make offers on any of my listings either, so I wouldn't know about that.
See, I do on all of mine.
Their mobile app, it's good, but it could be so much better. It just, I know a couple of people that run their whole business off their phone. They don't even use a computer. I think one or two of them don't even have computers.
Wow.
You shouldn't be penalized by for doing that.
That's
I don't know. I like sitting at a desktop and doing it. I'm old fashioned.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on my desktop right now, but I haven't taken pictures for any of these yet. So once I take photographs, then of course I have to upload those from my phone. But it just depends on what I feel like doing. Sometimes I'll do the photographs first and then upload them and go from there. And sometimes I'll do everything else and then upload the photos. It just depends. Wow, I'm big. It just depends on what I'm feeling at the time. Right now, I'm not feeling taking photographs. So
I don't even take my photos with my phone. I use a Kodak EasyShare.
I was looking at your boxes back there. I wanted to see what you had printed on them. I didn't know whether you had you stole my idea and you had box 15 on them or whatnot.
Well, you can go ahead and make me big, Tom. I'll explain it to you. These are, well, first, my room is a mess, but these boxes all have books in them. And so this is just simply a list of the books that I have in the boxes. And then as they sell, I'll cross them off. And then this is my clothing, and this is all numbered. So 152 to 508 is in here. 513 to 530 is in here. 531 and up is in here. And I have some other boxes too. But then, you know, I number all of my jeans and all of my clothes numerically how I list them. So, you know, after I list them, they get a number. So if I were to switch to shirts, there'd be shirts on top of these. And I do all my clothing numerically. It's just easier for me to find that way than it is to do a bin method.
Right. Well, I've started doing mine where I have like, well, I've started wrapping them in bubble wrap before I put them in the box, and I have like box 14-3, which means that's the item, and then my listing will have box, you know, have the box number and the listing number on it.
Yeah, they're all set for shipping. I mean, all I have to do, I mean, you see how like all these jeans were folded all the same size, and I have a method to my madness, and all I have to do is grab this, tear off my inventory number, and slip it in a padded flat rate, and I'm set to go.
That's good.
It's simple. I do the work ahead of time so that when I go to do my shipping, it's fairly simple for me.
First of all, those, I don't know about you, Craig and Tara and Lori, but that and Todd, those jeans are folded too nicely. Too uniformly.
Okay.
I don't do a lot of clothing, but I just put mine. I have what I call a C tote, so it'll be like, let's say C1. It's a clothing. If I list clothing, it'll be just clothing goes in that tote. But if I don't sell that much, like for jeans and that, so mine just go in a folded tote.
I mean, she's just got those jeans folded so nicely.
Mom, if you think when you ship them out, it saves a lot of time.
Well, I know that.
What do you
Look at it.
Tom? I have jeans from size 00 to size 12 in these bags. I'm a little OCD when it comes to folding my clothes.
A 00, does that mean they have no flesh on their body at all?
Pretty much, yep.
I roll mine. I mean, I'll kind of roll them up and.
We don't want to talk about that today.
I gotta roll them.
Are you tight rolling your jeans again?
I roll my own.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, look, it's legal in Michigan, so
it's legal here in Ohio too. So
yeah, if I wanted to roll my own, I could, but I can't because I have a lung disease, so I can't roll anything but my big butt into my pants every morning.
Are you in like South Michigan, North Michigan?
I'm in Kalamazoo.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm right in between Detroit and Chicago. About an hour from Indiana.
The only time I have been to Michigan, I was a kid, and we went to a camping convention up near Battle Creek.
Oh yeah, I'm 30 minutes from Battle Creek.
We went to the Kellogg's factory.
I've never been in the lower part of Michigan very much. I've been in the UP a lot, but never lower.
What's the UP?
That's the top part of Michigan, the ones
The
that are
upper-
above the bridge, Upper
Upper
Peninsula.
Peninsula, yep.
Okay. I figured that's what it was.
I've got family up there.
Oh, really? I
Yep.
used to live about a half hour south of the UP border on northern Wisconsin.
Say yeah to the UP, eh?
Yeah, hey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sally says she's about 4 hours north of you.
Well, come on down, Sally. I'll meet you halfway.
Where's your buddy Tim? He's in Michigan, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Tim.
I don't mean
is-
your buddy. I just meant.
Oh no, Tim's my buddy. Yeah, Tim's my buddy. We're talking about Tim Heck of Heck's Treasures.
Right.
He's about 3.5, almost 4 hours from me.
I hadn't talked to him in a while.
There's somebody that
And
like watches a lot of the shows, and I think she said she used to live like in Marquette or Escanaba, but it's like just me, Kathy, I think it is. But now she lives somewhere else. But she's either used to live in Marquette or Escanaba, Michigan. I can't remember.
I'm gonna have to ask her, Tara, because I talk to Kathy all the time. In fact, we were texting earlier this morning. I'm gonna have
I think it was her. I'm not sure she didn't live in Wisconsin too, but I thought she said she used to like live in Marquette or Escanaba. Anyway,
I think she's in Pennsylvania now.
yeah.
Everybody's moving
right.
north.
She's not
I mean,
that far
south.
from Craig
Not me. I'm not.
or from Anthony.
You're not moving south?
I'm
Tom,
not moving north.
here's another pair that's all set for its bag. I folded it without showing you the method. I'm sorry.
It's
That's okay.
proprietary.
Well, you know, it's like that. There's a YouTube video of a lady folding a T-shirt.
Yeah.
And she just like fold, and it's perfectly folded.
Yeah, there's one where you're supposed to be able to just grab certain points and just
Yeah.
pull it up and it collapses.
It's folded. Yeah. I've tried that. I mean, we've sat on our kitchen table trying that, and it just doesn't come out right.
You know, when I fold my T-shirts, when I fold a T-shirt, sometimes I'll use a piece of cardboard because when the person pulls the T-shirt out of the envelope, I want the main graphic or the main part of that shirt to be the first thing that they see. So let's say they buy a vintage Jim Morrison T-shirt from me. I want the Lizard King to be the first thing that they see when they pull that T-shirt out. And I spend extra time doing those kinds of things, but it's I don't know. I think it's more exciting for the buyer that way, you know?
Right. Okay, Todd, what do you want to talk about, buddy?
Nothing. I'll just on StreamYard you can only have 6, and I think Bridget's been waiting a while.
Oh, I'll jump out. Kick me out.
No.
Well, he wanted to talk about something, I thought.
No, I was just.
He was making comments.
That's my standard go-to. I never get a word in edgewise on chat.
Come on, Todd, you're on the spot. Get your word in edgewise.
That's right.
Hey, you guys.
Todd, how do you pay?
I'll jump out, and thank you for letting me in. It's been a pleasure to get to know you guys, and thank
I
you
didn't.
so much.
We didn't bring that up because you were in here, Kelly.
Oh no, that's okay. But if somebody else is waiting, I'm more than happy to jump out.
Right. Well, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. It was great meeting you and talking to you too.
Yeah, and I will be watching you tomorrow. Have a good day.
All right.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
Okay, bye. Okay, Bridget, you're up.
She is too sweet.
She is she's just so chipper.
I know.
And I'm not saying that bad, you know. Bridget Baker.
Oh, now Bridget's not going to come in.
She's mad. She's pouting.
Click, 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 click.
That's how I can convey I'm working.
Well, that's like Beth. Damn, Beth sounds like she's beating her keyboard to death.
I got one of those gaming keyboards at the thrift store. And I think it's got like the clackier buttons on it. And it's cool because it lights up purple, like all the letters and everything, and underneath the keys, it like lights up purple.
Nice.
It's
Where's Bridget?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to send her another invite, and she better mosey her little boohickey in here.
Tell her to get her ass in here.
Dang. I'm looking at an auction of this military surplus, and I still want to make an order, but
Is it a government auction or is it a regular auction?
it's regular, but it's the Ritchie brothers. They won the contract from
Oh yeah.
Gov. What was that other one? Governmentliquidation.com.
Oh.
Right.
So the closest pickup is north Las Vegas.
Oh,
Ew.
wow.
They have two warehouses. One's in Pennsylvania, which is 2,324 miles away, and the other one's in Las Vegas, which is about 800 miles away.
What is it, like backpacks and gear bags and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
it's duffel bags and hydration carriers and tents and.
Oh, cool.
Oh, well, I mean, you can buy big stuff too. You can buy a whole army kitchen on
Wow.
a trailer.
She's been.
can-
I'm sorry, Todd. Go ahead.
You can buy big old 10,000 gallon water tanks on trailers. There's all sorts of stuff.
Have you sold through most of what you bought the last time, Todd?
Yeah, I'm down to the real slow movers.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that they just sent me 100 million of. Like, I still have about 75 marine piston pins, marine engine piston pins.
Hmm.
I mean, a piston pin on a car is about as big around as a pencil, and these piston pins are
like PVC pipe.
Yeah, they're like 2 pounds.
Huh.
Here, I'll go get one. Hang on.
I got a message yesterday from Storage Treasures that somebody had won this bin for $10, and then they didn't pick it up. And it's for free. You just have to clean it out. Well, and they've been doing that a lot. So if you buy through Storage Treasures, you should be, if they have anything like that happen, or where people don't bid on something, they've been sending out emails saying, "Hey, if you want it, if you're the first person that responds back, you can have it." Anyway, I looked at it, and there's a car seat, other kind of stuff in it, like automotive, like they just send a car. And if I had a truck like a Ford F-350, because an F-150 won't haul crap, I would have got all the parts out of it and just called somebody and told them to come get the car. But got $50 for the car or whatnot. But if you do buy or bid on anything through Storage Treasures, be sure to look out for those emails. Go ahead, Todd. What you got there, son?
So, a lot of times when you bid on government auctions, you'll get a whole Gaylord, and they'll be like 10 backpacks, 5 sleeping bags, and then they just throw random stuff in like these. They put in like 100 of these in one of my pallets.
So did you bid on that?
Well, I bid on it to get the other stuff, but you had to go ahead and take this with it. You know?
Okay.
So, yeah.
What is it?
And what is it for a gray marine engine?
This is like a ocean-going vessel engine piston pin.
Huh.
A
mean,
pin.
Yeah.
Holy shoot! Those are some big pistons.
Okay, you know, you got your rod,
Yeah.
and then you got your piston, and this is the pin that holds the rod onto the piston. It goes up and down, you know, inside your motor, inside your engine. Yeah, that's I can imagine the engine that this goes in.
Jeez.
Did it have a part number on it?
Yeah.
So you figured out what make of engine it is?
I never went down that
The reason
rabbit
is,
hole.
like, sometimes some of that stuff will have an engine will have a different application in some other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this is made by John Deere.
Oh, cool.
And but I've had them for almost 2 years now, and I've sold 6.
Have you thought about reaching out to like a shipping engine rebuilding place or something? I don't know what you'd call it, you know.
Or you just take them and turn them
Yeah,
into
but I'm not sure that thing, because it's John Deere, is going to have some application in some other big engine type machine that they make.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen piston pins on like the big irrigation moline pumps.
Right.
They're way smaller than this.
I had a piston ring once that came out of a ship engine, and I think it was like 4 foot across. It was almost as tall as me.
Yeah. So,
are you reading?
Yeah, these are. I don't know what stainless steel scrap value is, but I got about 150 pounds of these.
All right, tell me the part number. I'm curious.
Okay. 200
Yeah.
402 13 DY 4.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think. If that's not it, I got another number.
All I got to say is, Tara, pull that ripcord. You're falling down a hole.
Tara's good looking stuff up.
Now give me the other number.
Okay. R, as in R.
Okay, got that.
It's
124230.
Is that it?
Yep. John Deere piston pin.
All right. Ooh, you got somebody that really got underneath you on those. Are you the $23 listing?
I don't know, am I? I haven't looked at that listing in a year. That's one of my stale listings. Y'all wonder why I have 1,200 listings. Well, I got stuff that I never sell.
Have you tried restarting those listings? Stop ending them and
Oh,
restarting.
you are that one too.
I am the highest priced.
No, you're the lowest, I think.
Yeah.
How are you shipping them free shipping for $8.96? Because aren't they over a pound?
I think I got to a point where I didn't care. I'd just throw them in a bubble mailer, and I made $1.
Oh, okay.
And that's still $100 worth of stuff I got.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Sadie says, did you put steampunk in that title? Those people buy that type of stuff, and
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
they put it in their artwork sometimes. They just
Probably should. I got a lot of listings I could tweak and maybe sell.
I was watching the channel one night, and this girl was going through her stuff, and she had some big pieces of it was a necklace, and it had like big stones in it. And she said, I just thought people would buy these things. I said, go in there and put Star Trek Vulcan in your description. And about a day later, she called me and she texted me an instant message to me, and she said, I sold that necklace. And I said, well, thank you. I said, well, you can send me my finder's fee. I said, just kidding. But, because if you watch any of the Star Trek movies where there's Vulcans in it, the women wear big, huge pieces of jewelry with big stones and whatnot. It's some of the stuff you have to just. In our fair city, we have art, city-owned art. And if you're on South Boulevard, Patty, when you get up to about Clanton Road, they have art at a train station or a light rail station. And I swear they look like 12-foot disc blades, like out of a disc harrow. That they just stuck down in the ground, and they're rusty, but that's what they look like. Every time I see them, that makes me think of, it's like, man, that was a big disc harrow that took that off of. Todd put crafting, art and crafting in your description.
That $3 tower I got.
Somebody making art out of it.
If that's all together.
Todd, Mr. Stady says if they're solid stainless, they might scrap better than messing with them.
Yeah, I'm 45 miles from the nearest scrapper though, so.
Oh yeah, it can be also put in this huge industrial engine that they make, which I'm sure is the same engine, but they also put the engine on a stand as a power plant in probably like factories, sawmills, or whatever.
Yeah.
It might be a case if you got the time, Todd. I know you're a busy person. You might reach out to some of these people that build these stuff and say, hey, I got a bunch of these things. You need any? I'll make you a good deal.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like I have made thousands of dollars off of those government surplus pallets that I bought, so I'm not real worried about selling these.
Right. I
bought 12 Gaylord pallets from. You used to could go to Oklahoma City for the pickup, which was only about 230 miles away. And so I would hook up my trailer and go get some pallets of military surplus.
We had some really good government auctions up in Wisconsin, and I don't really have that kind of stuff down here, but I made a lot of money off the Wisconsin. I would get like all those like CPR dummies and those other like not like Recessa Annie's, but then those other ones where it does like their blood pressure and everything. It's like a training dummy for medical people.
Yeah. I would talk to other people picking up their pallets, when I'd go pick mine up, and those folks, they said, yeah, we ran a business out of here.
I went to pick up at our local city auction. I won some stuff, and I went and picked it up, and it was some more plumbing fixtures. fittings and whatnot. Anyway, there was a guy there who's picking up. He bought a pallet of miscellaneous auto parts, which I had bidded against him, but it got way too high. One of the boxes, because he was taking it down and putting it in the back of his pickup truck. There was a case of oil filter.
I'll just list it and then you can do it later.
For a Ford Edge that were the box was still sealed, and we exchanged contact information. And he sent me an email saying, "Hey man, I paid for that whole pallet off of those brand new oil filters." But he apparently has, which is a good thing to do. He apparently has a Rolodex full of like, well, I said, did you sell? How'd you sell them? And he said he sold them to a local quick lube place. You know,
Sure.
He sold them cheaper than the guy could buy them, you know, in bulk. Plus, but he said he made a bunch of money off of them. And but he apparently he has people like that. You know, if he buys something, he bought some seats out of a Ford van, and he sold them to a van rental place. You know, like church vans for trips and whatnot. They get messed up. They just take it out, put a new one in, and but anyway, he said he likes when they say when it says a pallet full of plumbing or a pallet full of auto parts or a pallet full of, because that means they're really not sure what the hell's in there. Mr. Sadie said a machine shop might be interested in them, Todd. They can mill them down. Because I'm going to tell you what, I've watched some of these people that they get like old toys and whatnot, and they, you know, strip them down to the bare metal, and or, you know, like sewing machines, any of that kind of stuff. And they strip it down to the bare metal and rebuild it. Some of these guys that like got access to a machine shop, they make all kinds of stuff with those. I was just amazed at what they do, how they turn stuff down and make pins and whatnot.
Do you think that globe rotates, right?
What rotates?
Now I got this beer light thing that has like, it's a Schlitz one with a woman on a globe, and the globe I think turns in a circle.
Oh, okay. Well, folks, it's 11 o'clock. I got to get out of here. I've got things to do and people to see. Thank y'all all for coming in and visiting with me today.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Craig, for coming in. Thank you, Lori, for coming in. Thank you, Todd, for coming in. Thank you, Tara, for coming in. Thank you for Sally for coming in. I would thank Bridget, but she never would come in.
Uh-oh.
And thank you, Kelly, for coming in. It was a pleasure meeting you. Like I said, the boss lady's gonna be working from home tomorrow, so I have to be quiet because she's on the phone all freaking day. If she doesn't have any calls, I can pop in. Lori, you gonna still try and have it tomorrow?
Yep, I got my little how-to list over here, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. Well, be sure and throw a link in the.
I'll put it in the squad.
Yeah, and the group so everybody can get it out.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my first time using StreamYard, people. So bear with me tomorrow.
Yeah, be patient with her. It's her first time. Be gentle.
I'm gonna be bald, so
that wasn't creepy.
Y'all have a great. If I don't make it on live, y'all have a great Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.